guys and gals? Nary here from Drake Wayne Gaming. And some of you me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Echo, Flynn's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. I jolt back. Fuck! I scurry back up the hill, grabbing the rifle, the shell casings, and the dead duck for good measure. I toss it all into the pit before feverishly covering it all with dirt. It's at that point I notice Sidney standing nearby, clutching onto a tree like he's afraid to blow away. His brown cheek fur is matted with tears, and he wrings his heavy tail like a wet cloth. I make sure to cover the face as fast as possible, though I still think Sidney saw it. I wonder if he thought the eyes were looking at him, too. I scoop the last full mounds of dirt on top, wiping the blood off on my jacket. I'm panting. Sidney looks from the grave to me. He opens his mouth, pauses, then quietly mutters, "Thanks, Flynn." I don't know what to say. Yeah. I nod for some reason. I manage to look him straight into the eyes this time. Where do we go from here? Something happens. It's something on his face. It's like he's not himself. We'll be okay. We're tough. None of this matters. Huh. The van jostles and teeters as it careens down the dirt road before the turn off to Wilma Bend. All this bumping and speeding is making my head hurt something fierce all of a sudden. Leo, slow down! The red wolf keeps looking over his shoulder as he drives, as if he's afraid he'll see Clint sprinting behind us. Turn up here. Your place? Yeah, it's closest. I can't believe we left Chase behind. I told you, he bolted out the back door first chance he got. I didn't know City Hall had a back door. There's silence for a moment. I say nothing. I've never seen him get like that before. Who, Clint or Chase? Shut up, Flynn. Fuck you. I feel a pinch on the back of my neck, Jenna having grasped me hard. Enough! I'm serious! I reel forward, managing to wriggle free. Okay. Leo just snarled like the feral tit dirt he is. He's livid and still batshit under Chase's influence. Leo pulls up into the driveway, and as the van stops, he's already out, storming his way out to the door. I need a piss. It's locked! Leo turns to the front door handle, and to my surprise, it opens it up and steps right in. Or not. I step outside, stretching my limbs. There's not much room in Leo's mommy missile for someone like me. What the fuck? Why would you call it that? That's so weird. My mind's still buzzing, trying to comprehend everything that just happened. Chase, that fucker. I think I've been fantasizing about him non-stop for the past goddamn week like a horny 14-year-old. He sabotaged the whole thing, making me look like some kind of calculating, sadistic rapist. And nobody else noticed when his face changed. Every time. So, water time. Jenna and TJ pass along beside me, both looking a bit like a mix of wary and exhausted. I wonder how much of his shit they believed. They're so gullible to bullshit coming from a whimpering face, after all. Carl follows suit, clutching his phone in his paws but not looking at it. Maybe not all of them, though. I shut the car door and head in. I enter and the dry heat feels so good on my scales. I let out a big sigh, taking a moment to just not think for a while and ignore the stares in my direction. Flynn? The moment lasts less than 5 seconds before Jenna interrupts. Yeah? Do you have a landline? We're trying to dial the sheriff, but none of us can get any reception on our phones. It shows bars every now and then, but then drops shortly after they appear. Do I look like I'm 40? Nobody has landlines these days. You kinda do. I mean, from the back. I resist the urge to ask how, instead of letting out a quick huff of air. Let me check mine. I reach into my pocket. After taking out my phone, I notice the signal bars at the top right are fluctuating wildly, almost blinking. I try to call 911, but nothing goes through. Shit. Not working for you either? I toss my phone on the kitchen stand. I'll just get my repeater. Your what? Flynn, seriously? Are you planning on turning this into some kind of Wild West shootout? This is not the time for one of your urban-ass anti-gun lectures. This is my house. Gina starts up a rebuttal, but I'm already gone. I head down the hallway to the storage closet, opening it and reaching up to this top shelf. I don't have any small kids to worry about, so I always leave this one loaded just in case. I hear some shuffling behind me. Looking over my shoulder, there's some movement going on in Daxton's room. Ordinarily, I give him in his private space a wide-ass berth so that he'll do the same, but under the circumstances... Yo. The salamander blinks up at me from his bed. He's draped in a striped blanket, sitting upright and looking a little frazzled. Flynn, He looks sidelong, then back to me, then to the rifle. The interview went badly? The interview went that badly? Fucking terribly. Also, there's a meth head with a gun roaming around town, so I got this just in case. The others are here too. They're eating all your shit, probably. Okay. As long as they don't touch my astronaut dried ice cream, it's okay. Too late. By now, Carl's eaten them all, plus the box they came in. You know how goats are. Speciesist? Wait, seriously, the interview didn't go smooth like? I wasn't fucking kidding when I said that. Daxton frowns. I'll talk to my cousin. Maybe make up some excuse or something. You look like shit. What? He blinks, then rubs his hand over his smooth face. Oh, yeah, took a nap and had a real strange sort of vision dream. I've been having a lot of those lately. I noticed the pen and paper in his lap now, plus a notebook filled with rapid scribblings. I needed to write everything down, otherwise I'd forget. You know how they are, where after 15 minutes it's all gone, but a vague sense of familiarity of the setting and time of day? There you go. Water time. I don't dream. The salamander blinks. What? I look down the hall. I was joking earlier, but it looks like Carl is straight up digging through our pantry already. Jackson sighs when he realizes I'm not going to explain. Is Chase out there? I talked to him about all the stuff yesterday at the party. What party? The group. They had cookout thing at Chase's place and Carl invited me along. You didn't know? Fucking figures. I feel a bit like I'm boiling inside, though I keep a straight face. No, I don't care. Also, the Musk shit isn't here. Oh, can I tell you about it? Look, it'll just take a minute. Dax, I'm distracted as dick right now. You're distracted by dick? Ass? Are you fucking deaf? Ugh. No, you're just confusing. Look, I was flying on this airship thing. In your dream? Yeah, but it felt real. I don't feel like I slept at all. It's like I was there. So, not a dream. Not a dream. A vision, spirit quest, out-of-body experience? Whatever the hell you want to be calling it. I lean my rifle against the doorway, crossing my arms over my chest. I could smell the metal of the cockpit, and I could feel the leather of the chair. I was flying over this giant body of water. I don't think it was the ocean, though. He stares at the tips of his webbed feet poking out from beneath the blanket, as if they would remind him of something. It made me nervous because I wasn't good at swimming, but I'm great at swimming. I'm a goddamn salamander, yeah? Mm-hmm. Something went wrong with the pulse drive, and I started losing altitude. Eventually I hit the water and had to evacuate. Everything just sunk instantly. I didn't have time to grab any gear. It was just me in the middle of the water, no land in sight, and little chance of rescue. The salamander begins to wring his own wrists, his tone of voice serious despite the absurdity of all this shit. All I knew how to do was doggy paddle. I remember being really scared and missing home. I tried slipping off all my clothing to make myself more buoyant, but it didn't work. I kept looking under the water for some reason. Like to see how deep it was. I couldn't see the bottom. It was so dark. The top of the water was warm, but even like 5 feet down, it was freezing. I kept trying to pull my legs up because I didn't like them being down in the cold, dark space. It was like I was afraid something was down there. Even though it hurt my eyes, I wouldn't stop pushing my head under to look to be sure it was safe. He peers up at me now, a strange sort of expression on his face I can't really name. Just as it was getting dark, I glanced down to the depths and saw orange and black. It was you. I crossed my arms just a little tighter, my frown deepening. You were so far down, I could just barely make out your general shape and your eyes. They were hollow, empty, nothing. Even though I forgot most of the other details, that face stuck with me. I unconsciously rubbed at my own eyes, still there as far as I could see. I was terrified, but there was nowhere I could swim. I was afraid if I started kicking, it would get the thing's attention. Despite everything, after a few minutes, I looked again. At first, it was just empty. Second, y'all. Water time. And then this huge head just emerged from the depths. No eyes and a gaping mouth where a muzzle should be. The whole water got cold and I woke up. Daxton knees at his blanket, looking a mix of deeply uncomfortable and relieved to get this off his chest. Still, I stare at him blankly. I don't have a fucking clue how to react to this. Sounds like something for a head shrink to unpack, cause fuck knows I'm not gonna try. Daxton leans his head back against the wall. Thanks anyway. Yup. I look down the hall again to see Carl chewing on what looks like a dehydrated Neapolitan bar. Carl's eating your shitty ice cream that you like for real, by the way. What? Oh, god damn it! Carl! The ram stops, his mouth full of the crumbly stuff. What? Daxton peels off his blanket, marching into the kitchen in a huff. I sigh, shaking my head, same as I pick up the rifle and plop myself by a window in the dining room. JJ looks most surprised at the weapon in my grasp. The Link's actually stepping back. Jenna puts her phone down, and Carl stops his apologizing to Daxton. At that moment, Leo steps out of the bathroom. He doesn't move. He just looks at the rifle, then me. Oh, what the hell? These idiots act like they've never seen a gun before. For fuck's sake! I bring the rifle up to my chest. Y'all don't gotta worry, I just have this to shoot. I just have this to shoot you all for treating me like shit all these years. I smirk, snickering some. No one else laughs. Even as I peer to Carl, he just looks down at his hooves. It was a fucking joke. I'm joking. You guys are so stupid. Way to go, Flynn. I turn, shifting focus to the outside. It's nearly nightfall now. Everything looks normal. Some smoke way off in the distance, but it's too far to really be of much concern. Just got off the phone with Chase. He's fine. What? You managed to get a call through? Let me see. She walks up to the wolf, and before he has time to react, she swipes it from his grasp. The fox squints at it for a good 5 seconds before handing it back to Leo. This phone is out of battery, Leo. No? Yes. She sighs. TJ and Carl exchange looks with each other. None of you are making very funny jokes this evening. Let's just make some dinner instead. We're not going to talk about what happened. I'm sorry. Right now, I just want to eat. There's a lot here to unpack, and I'm not saying that it shouldn't be, but we can do better than what happened earlier. I find myself actually surprised. I never would have figured I'd hear those words from Jenna, especially with TJ around. Leo, meanwhile, just looks confused. He's frowning to himself, looking around as if lost. Then all of a sudden, he blinks once, then smiles. Food sounds great. For a brief moment, his smile shifts to me, and his eyes go ice cold like a fucking shark. What the hell is his problem? I'm the goddamn victim here. Not that I'd ever put it like that. I haven't exactly grocery shopped to host a party of... Daxton stopped, starting to count all of us. Alright, y'all. 1 second. Water time. Six. The salamander opens the fridge, staring into it as if looking into a particularly deep canyon. We got leftover salad, some fruit, cream cheese. There's frozen bass in the fridge. I glance over and a few of them grimace, of course. We got a blender. Could make some smoothies with the kefir, yogurt, milk, and fruit. Or maybe a side salad with it. I mean, I'm assuming y'all have just been quaffing down the local diner junk all week, so it might be nice. Carl, TJ, and Jen exchange looks with each other. Leo, meanwhile, looks to be tapping at his phone, occasionally looking out the window. That'll work. Thank you, Daxton, and apologies for all this. I didn't say it was fine. Some of that's my shit. Daxton gives me a dull look. Without further word, he takes out the big bowl of leftover salad and sets it on the counter, along with a grocery bag of fruit. I feel my teeth start to grit, so I shift my focus outside again. Still no signs of life beyond the usual distant spots of light, each coming and going down the highway around the canyon. Smoke I noticed earlier rising up near the res looks like it's billowed higher, though. Despite everything, it's actually sort of nice out. The temperature's okay, with some light cloud cover that only partially unveils the purple-orange hues of the dusky sky. It's the sort of night I'd usually like to spend outside on the porch, drinking tea and whittling on some balsa. Daxton's usually quiet, cooped up in his room with his fantasy shit. I don't know how I feel about the music usually he was playing, but it's not bad. To think 30 miles away, Peyton's bustling at 100,000 people all enjoying their Saturday night. Hell, back in the day, it used to be a tiny ranching community that serviced Echo, kept everyone fed and such. 30 miles in the other direction, you've got the res. Population keeps dwindling from that place, too, no matter how much money the feds give them to live there. All the young folk just pack up and get out while they can. The rest generally don't do that. Don't do too hot. Finally, 65 miles to the east, you've got the Jericho Proving Grounds. Remember back when I was a tweeny little jarhead, fussing to my uncle to take me there. They only did tours twice a year, and there's a huge wait list. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to my lovely bronze tier, to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all so much for what you donate to the channel. We greatly appreciate your contributions. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subscribing to our ultimate tier. And anyway, if y'all want to get your name in the credits and get access to our not safe for work videos, it's as little as $5. Anyway, I love you all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!